Hello YouTubers, akaRahman here, and today I am with a video showing you how to cut out product images and turn backgrounds into white so that you can upload them to your blog, your website, or any of the stuff you want to do. Either you want to print it out or anything. So in this video tutorial I will show you step by step what to do to turn the background white for a product and cut it out. And I will show you how to cut out the product images from these three images: the mousetrap, this helicopter toy, and this delicious food over here. So without any delay and this being said, let's get started. So first of all, we need to import our image over here. So simply what we can do is drag the image which we want to edit to the Photoshop version over here. Yes, and this Photoshop which I am using is Photoshop CC 2017, but this work can be done on any version of Photoshop because it is mostly the same. So for doing this, first of all, we need to use the pen tool. This is the move tool which is selected by default in Photoshop. We need to press the P button on the keyboard to get a pen tool. So this is the pen tool and you can see the cursor change. So what we need to do is we need to know how to use the pen tool first of all. Yes. So I suggest you to see my video how to master the pen tool in Photoshop before going through this video, because if you are not good at Photoshop, you won't be able to do this sort of work efficiently. So go back to that video, click on the button up there, go back to that video, watch it, and then learn how to use the pen tool, and then come back here to complete your project or something. So once the pen tool is selected, you see the image over here is named as background. We don't want that. So for that we need to copy that layer. For copying we need to press Ctrl J on the keyboard, and now we can get rid of the background and delete it pressing the delete button on the keyboard. So this is the image, so let's name it as image. Okay, so once this is done, we need to invert this. By default it is white on black. We want to make it black on white. So for that we can press the X button on the keyboard, and this turns out the black comes up and the white goes down. So now we need to add a fill with a solid color. We can add a layer using this button over here, and then we can choose a solid color. So whatever color you want, black or white, whatever background you want for the image, that is the color which needs to be selected. So in this case we need white, so white is okay, and press OK. So bring this layer down now and click on the mask over here, which is over here. Once this mask is selected, now we can play around with the image. Of course we need to select the image, something like this. I am doing it very badly and roughly because we cannot spend a lot of time doing this. And of course you can press the space bar button, sorry for my phone beep, space bar button on the keyboard and drag it. You can zoom it using the Alt button on the keyboard and scroll up. Okay, so now we are nearing to our destination and close this. So once the selection is done, you can take a thorough look whether you have done it correctly or not. If you need to edit, you can edit it, and then what you need to do is press Control and Enter to turn it into a selection. So once you see it is selected, what you need to do is press Alt and Delete on the keyboard. Okay, done. Now press Control and D so that the selection goes away. And now what you have to do is drag this layer up again. You see, now the magic happens. Once again, we need to get rid of this part also. So what we need to do is bring this down, or let it be, because we can see what we don't want, and turn this again back. So what is happening here, when the black part is selected, when black is selected and you are selecting something, the selection stays. And when white is selected and you are selecting something, the selection goes away. You can see here. Again, very sorry for my phone. I did not get time to silent it. Please bear with me. Okay, now it is selected. You can check it. I know it is very badly selected because we are in a hurry, and now we can press Control and Enter. The selection is done, and of course you need to select the mask over here and then do the rest of the stuff. Press Alt and Delete. Okay, so when white is selected, the Alt and Delete works for deleting, and when X is selected, the Alt and E is working for keeping the stuff which we want, which we have selected. Remember this. And again over here, press Ctrl D to get rid of the selection. Spacebar and drag. Zoom a bit in case we want to work a bit efficiently and in a quick way. Okay, Control Enter, Alt and Delete. Control D to get rid of the selection again. Come up here. Control Enter, selection is done. Alt and Delete to get rid of the, and Control D to get rid of the selection. Again this part. Okay, now we are almost done with this image. Control Enter once again, Alt and Delete, Control D, and I think it is done. Now we see a nice beautiful mouse trap. Oh my god, give me a moment, let me do it. Okay, so now no one's going to disturb us as the phone has gone to the silent mode. Okay, so now this is with the mouse trap. Now let's close this, and we don't want to save it for this purpose. Now let's bring in the second image. Okay, now we can zoom a bit. We see this is the image. What we want to do is Control J so that we can copy the layer. Delete the background, we don't want it. We can name it as image again. Now what we want to do is, the pen tool is already selected this time. Add a layer with a solid color, again white this time also. Take it down. Select the mask, don't forget to do that. And we don't want white over here this time, we want X. Black above here. And now once the black is over here above, what we want to do is, we want to select the parts which we want to keep. Okay, keep this in mind. We want to select the paths which we want to keep once the black thing is up over here. And if this is white over here like this, then what we want to select? We want to select the parts which we don't want to keep. So basically white helps us to remove the background and black helps us to keep the product. Simple as that. So we want to start with black first because we want an outline of this image. So we can zoom a bit. Now start selecting using the pen tool. Okay, this is the tire, so we want to keep it also. You can always forward so that you don't get bored with my selection process. First I thought of fast forwarding this part, but that won't be a wise option because some people might need to see what exactly I am doing so that you don't get confused in any of the steps. And people who don't want to see this process, you can obviously forward it on YouTube. Okay, I'm doing it roughly now because we don't want to waste a lot of time on the selection process. Our main motive is to show you how to turn the background white and keep the image. Also remember, when you are doing selection using the pen tool, the less anchor points you make, the more efficient you are. That means you have gone through a lot of experience and then it brings you in a habit of using less anchor points, getting the best work out of the pen tool. Okay, now we are very close to the end point. Okay, so once the selection process is done, you can check it out whether you have done it correctly or not. If you want to edit, you can edit it, and then press Ctrl and enter on the keyboard. The selection comes up here. Now you need to press Alt and delete and press Ctrl D to get rid of the selection. Now when we drag this layer up, we see the background is white and the image comes up. Now for this part over here, in between the ring over here, what we need to do is, now we can get rid of the white thing and bring the black up here. Now once the black is here, you can do the selection. Control enter, Alt and delete. Okay, you need to select the layer over here, Alt and delete. Okay, we want white over here, Alt and delete. So white helps you remove the thing which we want to remove, select the thing which we want to remove, and when black is selected, we select the thing which we want to keep. Now we can press Ctrl D on the keyboard and very quickly move on to the third image. So close this one, we don't want this anymore. And now let's drag the third and the final image. So first, this image is here, it is as background. We can press Ctrl J to duplicate it, delete the background, name this layer as image once again, whatever name you want to keep. Now move tool is selected, press the P button to get the pen tool. Now we add a solid color layer which is white. Select the mask, drag it down. Now we need to press X and the black comes up here. Now we know black is for selecting things which we want to keep. So once black is here, we can select the outer layer of the target object. So very quickly we can do this. Okay, so once the selection is done, what we have to do is press Ctrl and Enter on the keyboard. The selection comes up. Select the mask over here first, then press Alt and Delete on the keyboard. Okay, when black is selected, what we want to do is, when black is selected, we want to keep the image. So black is selected, then press Alt and Enter. We see what happens. Now when we keep the thing up here, all the thing is gone and the product which is selected is left out. Press Ctrl D on the keyboard and it is done. So keep in mind what we need to do. This is a quick go through of the whole process. Import the image, select the image, duplicate it, delete the original one from the layer. Now you can name the new layer which is formed, the duplicate layer. You can name it as image. Now what we don't want to do is select the pen tool. You can use the P button on the keyboard to do that. Make sure this foreground color and the background color is black and white. This is the foreground color which you want to keep black. You can select it as black and then click on the background color. This is the background color and keep it on white in case if it is different. By default it is black and white. So the foreground color is black and the background color is white. What we now want to do now is add a new layer with a solid color, and that color has to be the color which you want to keep on the background for your image, and drag that layer which you have created downwards. Then select the image which you want to keep, keeping the foreground color as black up, and then select the image, press Ctrl Enter to keep the selection up, and then press Alt and Delete to get rid of all the things, and then press Ctrl D on the keyboard so that the selection goes away, and then drag it back up and you will see something like this. And in case if you find something which you want to remove from the middle, here we don't have anything, but still I am going to show you. I will show you how to get rid of this part also and make it white. So for doing that, we want the white, that is the background color, up. Select the mask. Okay, once you select the mask, you see this changes. So make sure once the mask is selected, then you do the change. Then you bring the background color, that means the white color, up. Now using the pen tool, you can select any part which you want to get rid of from the image itself. Like this, something like this. Press Ctrl Enter, Alt and Delete, and press Ctrl D to get rid of the selection. So this is it. This is how we do. Hope you like the video. In case you need any assistance further for this tutorial, you can surely comment on the comment section below. Do like the video, do share it, and subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can get regular notifications in case I upload a new video again. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.